Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. To find peace, contentment, and strength, we have to trust Him at all times. We have to trust and obey God even in areas we don't understand. But in certain situations, we sometimes think things will be easier if we take it into our own hands. Nobody ever said having faith would be easy, but it will be worth it. The Lord commanded us to obey all His decrees and to fear the Lord our God, so that we might always prosper. Joshua 1 verse 9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." And Psalm 37 verses 4 to 6, "Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him and He will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun." To learn more about the importance of trusting and obeying God, let us listen to the message of Pastor Peter Tanchi, the founder and senior pastor of Christ's Commission Fellowship. And for more daily devotional that helps people refresh and renew their faith in God, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Our principle is this. In order to experience God's power, listen to me now, you do your part. Let God do His part. And God's part is anything that is outside your control. You can only control what you can control yourself. So if you're a husband and wife, you have a problem with your husband or your wife, what's within your control? Watch your temper. Watch your tongue. But to change your husband, whose responsibility is it? God. You got problem with your parents, you got problem with your children, you do your part. You let God do His part. But you know, in my experience, most of them, not most, but some will say, "I know. You want me to be nice to my husband? He will abuse me. He will take advantage of me. You want to be nice to my wife?" You know what? You do it your way. And you limit God's power. When we counsel people, we tell them the ways of the Lord. And I've seen many people don't listen to the ways of God. You know why? Because you think you are smarter. You and I think God's idea is crazy. So we disobey Him. You don't listen to Him. That's how you limit God's power in your life. Let me ask you, is there anything in your life right now that you know that God is telling you don't do it? Is there anything in your life that you know God is telling you do it, but you're not doing it? Well, at the end of your life, I feel sorry for you because you limit God. You have no idea what God wants to do in your life, through your life, beyond your wildest imagination. You see, our problem is this. We don't know how to ask God. Did I tell you the story of my tribal mountain experience? Years ago, my wife and I, we went to different tribal area. We were with a New Tribes Mission. I want to imagine now, this particular tribe, they were so poor. You know what's their food? By the way, I've also been to Mindanao tribal area. Imagine their food. Fried beetles. Like ipis, okay? Beetles. And snakes. And roasted rats. Because these people are poor. Okay? And worms. Caterpillars. It tastes good also. Now, listen to me. If I invite one of the tribal boys, I invite him to Makati, I fly him in, and I bring him to the 5-star hotel with the best restaurant, okay? And I ask this little boy, all right, what will you order? Do you think the boy will order Wagyu steak? Beyond what you think or imagine, no experience. Do you think the boy will order lobster? What about Alaskan king crab? My whole point is this. Many times we come before God and we ask for things that are not really valuable. You know why? We are so preoccupied with temporal things. And God is saying, I have so much more for you. Beyond all that you can ask or think. But you know what we ask for? Let's face it. You ask for things that are totally valueless compared to eternity, compared to what God will do for you. I have a friend who died of cancer. But before he died, I visited him in Medical City. And he asked me to stand up, and he asked me to visit the window. So we were both standing in the window, and he said, overlooking Valle Verde, he said, you see those houses? I'm willing to give all of them up just to live longer. At the end of your life, what do you think is valuable? Prestige, position, power, possessions. What do you think is important? At the end of your life, I guarantee you, it's no longer important. I asked him, I said, are you sure if you die, you'll go to heaven? And that's where I evangelized him again. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be content with what you think is precious. You need to be intimate with God. I tell my friend, if there is a God, don't you think the most important thing is how can I be prepared to meet Him? If there is heaven, don't you think the most important thing is how can I prepare myself to enjoy heaven? If there is life after death, don't you think the most important thing is to prepare to live for eternity? Yes or no? It depends. If you are blinded, you think everything is in this world. This is the most important thing. My boyfriend, my sex life, this is the most important. Listen to me. You are blinded. And that's why some of you will never get excited about Jesus. You don't see. That's why you don't obey God. You don't follow His instructions. You are removing, limiting all that God has in mind for you. You know, God has something great for your life, beyond your wildest imagination. But are you willing to let God use you?